So I got some production value for the podcast now.
Yeah?
Yeah, we got a sound effects board.
We do?
And by board, it's just a button.
Welcome back to the Jojitorium. Well, I think remember too, whenever we found the German Scheiser porn. Let's not lie to each other. You're in twerk classes over there. That's what
yeah. That's all it is.
The fitness class.
Working on them TikTok videos you like so much.
Dead face.
Got right in front of you.
Welcome back to the Jojitorium. You know who it is. It's Adam. It's Matt. We're decaying with the boys, and we won't skip Thanksgiving like the Hallmark Channel. We've been talking about it, and you've heard the battle cry, and now those demands have been answered. Bash Brew's Tortuga En Fuego is on tap right now at Penn Brewery. This badass smoked poblano IPA is the sweet heat treat to bring in turkey season. Penn Brewery is one of Pittsburgh's oldest and most storied breweries in the city, with their German-style take on microbrewing known across the nation. The Northside locations open Wednesday through Saturday from noon to 10 and Sundays from noon to 9. So grab your friends, get over to Penn Brewery, and sip on some pints of Bash Brew. Just make sure you tell them the boys sent you. So, Adam, how are you?
It's going well. And I just want to throw it out there because I've never gotten to say this. Available while supplies last.
Yeah, so we are recording on a Friday, so it means we are 2 days past the day that the beer got tapped. So, Adam, you had a little impromptu party. So how'd that go?
Yeah, I missed tapping day because I didn't find out till late in the afternoon, and old man Adam was busy. But we got out there yesterday,
Nice.
as we're recording this, and it was great. I want to thank everybody that came out. Our friends at First Sip Studios were there. Mike Moore was there. Rafiq, our buddy, Rafiq was there, and a lot of other people. Alan, Elise, their friends came out. It was a cool time. Very
Nice.
cool time.
Yeah, Daddy Anderson was on lockdown. I was watching kids and rebuilding sinks. So tonight, Friday.
Yeah, it gives us something to do tonight.
Yes, shift beers shall be had at Penn Brewery, and you can get shift beers too.
German beer dies tonight.
It dies tonight. Speaking of dying tonight, and you know, it's Halloween. Segues are tough sometimes. So we are on the other side of Halloween, and it's a sad time because Halloween's the most fun, seasonal event in my life. But I was going to ask you, Matt, how was your Halloween over here at the Jojitorium?
Halloween evening was kind of crappy.
Okay.
Didn't get a lot of kids. It was cold. Just really upset. Like, not a lot of kids walking around, and in the whole neighborhood. Like, I'm in a dead end here.
Okay.
So we don't get a ton of kids ever, but we got like 7 within over a 2-hour span.
That's
we only got
insane.
7. So it was rough. But the weekend of Halloween was a lot of fun. Brewed up a beer Saturday. We got a stout in there kicking away that I'm going to keg here in a few days for a full year. Went to brewery featured on the podcast Mondays. They had their 1-year anniversary party on all weekend. We went Saturday night, had a blast, and hung out with First Sip that night. So, of course, we had a good night. Had a blast. And then Saturday we went to Abjuration, took the dog over there. Tucker wore his, what was he that day? A fish. His dog fish.
The pictures of him on your Instagram and your wife's Instagram, he's the cutest dog on the planet.
Yeah, so he's got some real Sunday fans over there. So we dressed him up and took him over there for a few hours, and he had a blast. But yeah, it was a good weekend overall. Just kind of ended on a fart.
Yeah.
When nobody came around, and I went to bed at like 8:30.
That is crazy. Because on my side, it was quite the opposite. Up in my neck of the woods, we probably had about 100 to 200 trick-or-treaters on Halloween night. Man, I went through, God, I usually get about 10 pounds of candy. I used to buy it like by piece, thinking like, oh, this many pieces. It got to a point one year I was like, I looked at my wife, I'm like, we got to buy pounds of candy because they actually pull buses up from other school districts will stop at the top of our hill, and like I live in that little 4-street village, and they just unload these buses, and you can hear the kids like running off and screaming. Great time. Like the kids that come to my neighborhood to trick or treat are good kids. They're super respectful. They all say thank you, please, and trick or treat and happy Halloween. Like that's the old man in me hoping that always happens, and it does, which is awesome. But I ran out of candy.
Oh no!
And I disappointed some kids.
Party foul.
Yeah. At one point there was a girl who came up and she was dressed as Batgirl. She was the last kid that was coming up the street that I could see. And her mom looks at me and she's like, "It's her first time trick-or-treating." And I was like,
"Not at this house."
I'll be right back. I ran inside and I made sure that my daughter couldn't see me do it. So I reached into her bag and I grabbed a couple of things and I came back out and gave them to this girl.
Good move.
I was like, I can't let her. It's like the Batman family is like my favorite thing on the planet. So couldn't let her go away. Did you see any cool costumes or anything where you were?
Not that I'm trying to think if I saw any cool adult ones while I was at. I didn't see any good ones in person. I saw a very creative one that I think I might have saw last year, but I saw a good one on Instagram from like a local beer blogger, and he was a person that doesn't refrigerate their fruited sours, and there were like 16-ounce cans blown through him and like stuck in his face and stuff.
That's really cool.
And it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I saw some kids they play it smart. I had one kid dress up as Benny the Jet Rodriguez from The Sandlot.
Nice.
That was cool. But it looks like he was just wearing regular clothes. But when he came up, he had like the green, like outlined baseball tee and the LA Dodgers hat and everything. And he's walking up to me and I saw the PF radio flyers on the feet and I was like, "You gotta be Benny the Jet Rodriguez." He turns to his mom and he's like, "Mom, he knows. And their parents were swarming. But
yeah, as far as kids in the neighborhood, way too many jokers still. Like,
of
let
course.
it go for crying out loud.
That's a staple. There's jokers, there's Michael Myers, and I had one kid, he cracked me up. He came as Charlie Brown, his ghost.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I was like, I like it. And then whenever he pulled the thing up, he was dressed as Charlie Brown underneath of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was like, you took some thought about that. But my highlight, and I'm glad my wife doesn't listen to this podcast, because there's a couple that lives in my neighborhood, and they were walking around and they were cosplaying. I forget what the hell that video game's called, but it's like a team shooter, like capture the flag kind of thing. But once I say it, like, I'm sure our listeners will know, she was dressed as like it's called DVA Widow Hunter or Widow Slayer or something like that. Doesn't matter what it's called. It is a skin tight neon like suit, like a skin suit, like a cat suit. It was painted on her, and then her husband was dressed as, I don't even know, some kind of gunslinger. I'm not super worried about what he was wearing, but God, dude, it was nuts. I was like, first off, you have to be cold because it was freezing cold that night, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I just Google searched it.
Yes,
that's A-OK.
Yes, it is A-OK. So thank you. I think her name's Denise. Yeah. Thanks, Denise, for dressing up in some cosplay. You made my Halloween night. I think I actually threw you some candy bars, too, and you didn't know it because I was hoping it would be like currency at a strip club.
Trying to turn that into a throuple, huh?
And then, of course, the good beers on my part. Big shout out to Allegheny Beverage. They are pulling in more beers, and I actually got to have some Dancing Gnome, which was nice. Had a couple Hitchhikers, and then Papa got an epic... What is it? A barrel-aged pumpkin stout. So
nice.
Clocking it like a little over 9%. It was good, man. And I got two because I always share with you. So I got another one.
Sweet.
So speaking of beers, this is round one. You brought some beers. Put them together. Caught round one beers. What are we having?
So, as everybody's listening to this on Sunday morning, as you should, we just are sitting in our living rooms recovering from Drink the Cookie Table. And one of the beers, one of my favorite beers that'll be featured at Drink the Cookie Table, is Abjuration's Dubba. It's not Dubba. It's Double.
Dubba.
Double Vanilla Cookie Milkshake Ale. And this is their 1.2 version.
Real quick, can you get your horn back out? So you go, you know what I want to do. Yeah, we got that abjuration. We got that abju, baby. We got that dubba. Double cookie ale.
So it's coming in at 9.2%, and let's crack it.
As always, if you want to find what's going on with Abjuration, you just search them out on all social media, Abjuration Brewing, and you can see all the delicious brews they have going on in their brew house. And they're coming up with some really cool things that we can't really talk about right now, but they're going to be releasing and talking about some things in the near future that you need to keep your eyes on. Very active small brewery that punches out some of the best brews in the burg. And I believe that they share a spot with a jazz bar right now, and you can see stand-up comedy there.
And a movie theater.
And a movie theater. So you can really have like a whole night while you go try some beers.
Yeah. Stand-up comedy every Friday. Yeah. Open mic from... I want to say 9 to 11.
Something like that.
Abjuration's open until 10. So just get there early, get some beers, get a good buzz on.
Then you go on the other side, and you can drink some Miller Lights or whatever the hell they have on the other side.
Yeah. They have a couple craft bottles and cans.
Not bad.
Select bottles and cans.
So what do you think of this while I pour mine?
It is delicious. Vanilla cookie. It's pictured on the can, so I think it's Nella wafers or a wafer-like cookie that they use. But it tastes like they just dropped a little bit of vanilla ice cream in this to me. It's super vanilla-y, super sweet. You get a little bit of that cookie dough, cookie flavor too. But I mean, the vanilla comes through wonderfully. And for a 9.2, there is no booziness.
9.5. Because I just read this can and almost had to ask you if this was a misprint.
Yeah, no booziness.
Jesus, a 9.5, and it's coming in super smooth. Talk about a night killer, because I can probably have a few of these and not know any better.
Exactly.
So while we sip on these delicious brews from Abjuration, we are going to move into...
Well, what a first story.
I know. But I'll cut it up. Because I got to do the intro. From Buckle the Bell, the boys bringing the best wrestling news in the biz. And we're going to talk about some MMA. But first, we have to say...
Let's chug some 9.5% beers.
John Moxley went to rehab. So, John Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose in WWE, has entered rehab. Tony Khan tweeted that John Moxley has allowed me to share with you that he's entering an inpatient alcohol treatment program. John is a beloved member of the AEW family. We all stand with him and Renee and all of his family and friends as he shifts his focus to recovery. It should also be noted that CM Punk cut a great promo addressing Moxley's absence and explained that he too had to face being quote-unquote the tough guy and trying to simply wrestle through his issues, which he, stolidly, that didn't work out well for CM Punk. He took a 7-year absence.
He ended up getting burnt out and left.
Yeah. So before we go into any kind of rumination, pontification, whatever you want to say, any kind of other Ishan, first and foremost, we wish John Moxley the best in his pursuit of sobriety and health. We crack some jokes about drinking beer while we're talking about this, but hey, man, he's a human being like anybody else, and he's brought my love of wrestling back.
Yeah, how old is he? Like, how many years do I have left before we have to make this announcement on the Game of the Boys?
Too late. Actually, guys, by the time you're hearing this, I've already dropped an update. Adam's liver lipids have gone through the roof.
He blacked out a cookie table. We took him right to the Betty Ford Clinic.
So with Moxley out, that really changes some of the things going on in AEW. And I don't want to go too far because I feel like it's kind of disingenuous to John Moxley because he's working on his recovery. I'm sure he'd love to wrestle instead of being in a clinic right now. But,
yeah, it's got to be tough. I mean, that is, like CM Punk mentioned in his promo, it's not to get into gender roles too much, but that's the manliest thing you can do. That's the toughest thing you can do is admit you need help.
Yeah.
So,
I couldn't agree with that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's nothing he would rather do more than be in the title picture right now, but he's putting his health first.
But him stepping away also gives an opportunity for AEW to kind of highlight their very deep roster of wrestlers. Most notably, TK, Mr. Tony Khan, doing the quick switcheroo here and saving AEW Dynamite, because I really think that John Moxley is supposed to take on that world title eliminator tournament. He injected the God's Forsaken champion, Miro, took his place in that tournament, taking on Orange Cassidy. And I watched that match, and I can't say it was my favorite match, but it definitely highlights two things for me. One, Miro's a scary motherfucker. Mm-hmm. I would never want to fight him in real life, and I don't even think I want to fight him in pretend wrestling. I don't want to do either. Two, Orange Cassidy is a hell of a wrestler. He sold a rib injury the entire time. Yep. He's a babyface. He still got over, and he got squashed. I give him a lot of credit. I think this was a good opportunity for both guys to shine.
They had a good false finish in there, too. Like, everybody thought Miro was winning, but he hit that beach break, like, right
Oh,
towards
yeah.
the end, and it was like, oh shit, are they gonna
They're really
face this thing? I'm glad they didn't,
That'd be
because
kinda
I'm
cool.
really looking forward to Bryan Danielson versus Miro. That's gonna be a strike
Daniel
heavy
Bryanson.
monster. No, I said it right. I said Bryan Danielson.
Daniel Briar Patch.
Breyer's vanilla ice cream.
Breyer's ice
You've
cream.
had too much double vanilla cookie ale.
I've had too much Breyer's double vanilla. So now, like you said, we get to see Miro and Bryan Danielson at Full Gear, which is going to be a really cool match because those are two really skilled tacticians in the ring, and it's going to be nice to see the aggressive American Dragon taking on the newly rejuvenated aggressive Bulgarian Brute. It's going to be pretty cool.
Should be very slap heavy, very kick heavy match. It should be really awesome to watch.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Something that I wasn't excited to hear, but after reading it, it kind of makes sense, is that in the world of MMA, I'm saying this right? Kamaru Usman.
Kamaru.
I almost said it right the first time.
Yep.
Kamaru Usman.
You said it wrong again.
How do you say it?
You got me messed up.
Yeah.
Kamaru.
Huh?
Kamaru.
So Mr. Usman, he's teasing retirement. He made his love of the sport known during an interview, but he also let those willing to understand the toll the sport takes on his body when he said he wants to, quote unquote, go out like Khabib. So he referenced the hype around, you want to go out and take a shot at that name?
Where are we at?
Kamzat?
Nope, don't know. Chimaev. Is his last name.
So
It looks like Hazmat.
Yeah, I know.
Hazmat.
The hardest thing about MMA is getting some of the names. Where's Andrei Arlovsky?
Especially when I don't give a shit about any of them anymore.
So
Except Kamaru Usman, of course.
Yes, of course. So that young up and comer Chimaev, I'm going to say it like that, Chimaev, he's really putting on a clinic in his camp right now, and it's caught the attention of Usman. And he was asked about fighting the impressive welterweight. Usman made reference to how the lifestyle of MMA takes more than your health. He said, "As far as me fighting him, I'm in a point in my life where I understand how much this takes from you. I've been 9 weeks now away from my daughter, and FaceTime does help, but it doesn't do it justice as far as being there each and every day. So obviously I don't know how much longer I'm willing to do this. They have to make sense for me now. If he's able to get there, then we'll talk about it at that point." So I like how there's some respect, but also a little bit of shade there. Like, oh yeah, I mean, if he was ready to fight me,
If he was ready now, I'd do it.
Yeah. I'm not going to wait forever.
I mean, I don't know who's like other than these younger up and comers. There's not an established name in that division.
No.
I mean, obviously because he's fighting Colby Covington again this Saturday.
Yes.
For the second time.
Yeah.
So
But Colby Covington is dangerous.
he is.
Yeah.
He is. But
Usman's not going to lose that match,
I don't think so, unless
No.
Colby's much improved or
which I
Usman's
doubt.
coming in with an injury. I don't foresee it going Covington's way.
Usman's got that Conor McGregor leg locked and loaded, ready to break.
Seems to be happening a lot.
It is. And that's the thing that scares the shit out of me, man, because those front kicks are like one of the main tools.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but also, too, Usman did make reference to something that we were kind of alluding to there. He said that the media only gives a shit about people that are winning. And as soon as you don't win, no matter how well you were doing, you're washed up and no one wants to give a shit about you.
Yep.
So I think what he wants to do is he wants to make sure that when he goes out that he's like Khabib, because Khabib was like, people were still barking for him to come in and fight. And he could like tweet something cryptic and people would blow up. He'd get 1,000 shares in the first minute he posted. So I think Usman wants to do the same thing. I think he wants to be like some cryptic storied champion, which he could be. If he wins this match and says, "This is it for me, I'm good, see you later, bye," he could basically troll the UFC and MMA in general for the next 3 to 5 years.
And then come back for a big payday.
I might come back. What's Conor McGregor doing? I might come back. So we do have to go on from something that's kind of cool to something that's kind of icky, because WWE forgot that they're supposed to keep people on their roster. It's kind of amazing how quickly talent gets released from this company.
Well, the third quarter earnings came out, so
Yeah, they only profited $256 million.
need another Black Thursday.
Yeah, certainly. And they got it because, what was it, 11 or 12 names in total
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
but let's just look at some of the ones that people, like a casual fan.
Good baker's dozen.
And let's take a look at some of the names that a casual fan would like. So everyone's kind of familiar with Keith Lee, who they renamed twice. It was Keith Bearcat Lee, then it was Bearcat Lee, and now he's Unemployed Lee. So, yeah, I'm working on my jokes, people. I'm trying my best.
Which is really strange because the whole time he was in NXT, they were lining him up against Roman Reigns at that Survivor Series. They had him do a standoff with Lesnar at the Royal Rumble that year. Then he comes up to the main roster. They change his music. They strip his outfit. They changed his freaking his jocks like 5 times in 6 weeks. And then he was off with a really bad case of COVID, from what I understand. And then he came back and just never rebounded from.
So I thought the cool storyline that was like kind of in line for him is he was going to join the Hurt Business, and that was supposed to be like their next big guy to bring in,
right?
And it never happened, which would have been a cool idea to have Keith Lee, and then he changed his name to Bearcat Lee, which how cool would that have been to see him and the Hurt Business together with him having that heel persona with Bearcat.
Right. Not only did it not happen or did happen, like they just dropped the storyline. Like, it was never a thought again.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't understand how WWE thinks they can just do that and the fans are going, well, fuck continuity. We don't really care. Like, it's falling apart and we're supposed to just eat it up.
Because the ratings just stay what they are, no matter how good or bad that product is.
1.5 million.
The ratings are there, so that's fine. Peacock pays them a flat fee for whatever the pay-per-view numbers are, so they're safe there. Like, they just have no incentive to do better. So now they're just slashing costs, and still speculated because they're going to sell the whole thing.
Disney's
oh my God! Could you imagine?
Disney's going to come in and buy that thing, man.
John Cena versus Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
WrestleMania 42.
What's up, motherfucker? See this?
You beat me to it, goddammit.
So if we look to then, Keith Lee, his in real life wife, was it Mia Yim?
Yep, Mia Yim.
Mia Yim. She's been released. She ever since Retribution was disbanded, she had no place.
Yeah, she was on the undrafted list.
Yeah, and I thought again, I was like, hey man, Hurt Business needed a female contender, and who better to bring on than
Canyon?
Yeah.
Who better than Canyon? Remember that? You remember that?
I do remember that, and I think Vince McMahon wishes that he never knew what that meant. So and then you stack on some other notable names here. Another real-life couple, Karrion Kross and Scarlett Boudreaux, they're gone too.
Yeah, that one's even more upsetting because, like, you could argue that Keith Lee's not a typical WWE guy because he's a bigger gentleman. He's hefty, but could still super athletic, unbelievably athletic. Karrion Kross, on the flip side, is exactly what McMahon gets.
It's his wet dream.
Yeah, what he pushes to the top.
Yeah.
He's like a ripped young Goldberg, basically.
He pushes those kind of guys up to the tippy top of the mountain with his boner.
Yeah.
He just like it falls out.
What a maneuver!
That's good shit. And then you have Scarlett Boudreaux, who was wonderful as the manager. She was mysterious. She was very vicious, mysterious. I mean, it was a great match when those two were in NXT. Come up to the main roster, you put him in gimp gear, and for some reason you gave him that oversized fucking
gladiator,
the helmet, but then they also gave him the sand clock, whatever the fuck you call that thing.
Oh yeah, the oh my God.
Yeah, I'm killing.
We're gonna have to edit this.
Yeah, or not.
What the fuck is that called?
I forget, man.
Hourglass.
Hourglass.
Boom.
Boom. See, brought it back. So he has a big hourglass.
Sand clock.
I'm gonna call it a sand clock.
Sand clock 316.
Says you ran out of time. So they're both gone, and then of course the one that I absolutely love that is gone that made sense is Eva Marie.
There's two that you love. Don't admit, or you got to admit that. Who's the other one?
Oh, what's it?
Nia Jax. Nia Jax. Who gives a shit?
They
fired The Rock's cousin, yo.
And that's how you know no one is safe.
No one's safe, yeah.
No one's safe. Because it's always said, like, anyone who's related to a storied family is untouchable.
I saw the speculation on her was she refused to get the COVID vaccine, and they want to start touring globally again. So it was just too much of a headache.
Oh, it wasn't her like hurting all the talent and then screaming "my hole" on live television.
No, it definitely wasn't her screaming "my butthole."
My hole. No, it's just like I don't want to get a jab. Real quick, brief deviation here. Did you see how Aaron Rodgers basically lied to the Packers and to all of national media about his COVID? I love that. Like,
I just love that the Packers are getting screwed over.
Yeah.
I can't dislike a fan base more than I hate that
one.
fan base. I don't know why. Just cocky motherfuckers for no reason. Play out in the middle of a farm field and you think you're tough shit. Just, you know what? Just lean on your cheese and your beer, not your football. Hockey. It should be a hockey town.
They would be a fantastic hockey town. Yeah, dude. It's always cold. They probably have enough farmland to put a big barn up somewhere. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, they put a big stadium out in the middle of
fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want to see the rest of the people who have been released from WWE, you can go check it out. Bleacher Report did a pretty good job of putting together a full list. I think it's 11, 12 names altogether.
Yeah.
Maybe more than that. And they released some like talent scout people as well. So again,
yeah, there was definitely some office people, like ring announcer was like last week. You know, they're just cutting costs. I mean, a critique I saw written up, and I wish I could remember the source right now, but one of the blogs I read, I think it was Cageside Seats.com. They did the whole blog entry about, well, if you had Keith Lee versus Matt Riddle on in the middle of your show, or if you have two Braun Breaker versus name another new guy, you're getting the same ratings. Doesn't matter. In the middle of Raw, same ratings. So you might as well pay whoever's in there less money. Right. So anybody that's making top money is on the chopping block, and then everybody else that's, you know, below them, if they're not being used, they're just getting cut. There was another one that got cut that I really liked in NXT. Oni Lorcan got cut.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was a fucking ring general.
Yeah. Oh, what about BFAB also got cut?
I didn't know who that was.
They pulled up the whole hit squad.
He was part of Hit Row, right?
She.
BFAB was a girl?
I thought it was the woman.
I have no fucking idea. No idea.
I thought she was.
Don't know who's in Hit Row, to be honest. Besides Swerve.
Yeah, well, Swerve's like the main guy there.
Right. I only know Swerve.
I mean, she was really good on the microphone. She is sassy as shit, which I really liked. And then
BFAB was a girl, huh?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
All right, go Google it.
I'm Googling it.
So, I mean...
Bashline is Googling.
Googling shit. I think that the loss of the talent is going to bite him in the ass eventually because, like, the logic that you put out there, that you can put anybody out there, you get the same ratings, you can pay him minimal amount of money. Eventually...
BFAB is a female.
Thank you. Confirmed.
Also confirmed she's released.
Confirmed she's released.
She was great at managing in-ring.
No.
Did she wrestle?
She wrestled.
She was a great wrestler.
Yep.
See you on Impact. she'll be DFAB in Impact.
So I forgot where the hell I even was right now. That's okay, though, because we're going to move into the next segment anyway. You can check out all the releases on your spare time. And also, don't tell Lady Frost that you're looking at it because she'll get mad at you and tweet at you like she tweeted at me.
What did you get yelled at for?
I got yelled at on Twitter because I said, oh, Keith Lee got released. It'd be really cool to see him against some of the most, like, quintessential, like, indie wrestlers, or to see him come over and cross over in AEW. And then she's just like, don't tag people that are released and put your dream matches together. I'm a 35-year-old man with a 12-year-old's mindset. I just want to see the big things that I like watching smack into each other on different programs. That's all I want.
Don't tweet it, you piece of shit.
Fuck you, Lady Frost.
Oh, I really like Lady Frost,
I do, too.
Why is she coming at you?
I think she's just getting upset that people are losing their jobs for no good reason. And she's trying to figure out how to cope with it, which I understand. And I get, too, it's kind of vulturistic to be like, oh, yeah, I want to see Keith Lee take on Karrion Kross with Kenny Omega as a guest referee.
Is it better for you to say, I hope he never wrestles again? Like, what?
I have no idea.
What's the alternative? Just be quiet? Let his name drift off into the ether?
That's what we're going to do now.
At least that Bearcat part's gone.
Yeah. So, speaking of parts that need to be gone, Bleacher Report You're getting low on my totem pole here, buddy, because you had a mailbag question that you let your fans answer, and I can't believe how wrong all your fans are, because they wanted to go and see what top finishers are currently being used in the two top promotions, WWE and AEW. So let's take a look at this list, Adam, and we can tell everybody why they're wrong. So, starting at number 1, this is the number 1 ranked finisher according to Bleacher Report, the curb stomp.
So is it going to be a top 10 in general?
There's 11.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So I think the curb stomp belongs there. Maybe not in the number 1 spot.
No.
But it belongs in the top 10, 11,
Maybe.
15. I think it's a really cool finisher. I like it.
Depends on who's doing it.
I like it when Seth does it. I like it when Britt Baker does it. I like it.
I liked it a lot when I saw Seth Rollins try to do it and get launched in the air and get hit with the RKO, because that's the second one is the RKO, and I wish RKO was number 1. I like the RKO because it comes out of nowhere.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I never heard that before.
Yeah, I'm being new. I'm making an observation. I'm telling you, it comes out of nowhere.
You're groundbreaking.
Yeah, I am. And, it's hard to be groundbreaking when you're in a podcast like this because everyone's already talking about these things. I'm surprised that no one found it before me. But the RKO comes out of nowhere, and that's why I like it more than the curb stomp.
Nope, I don't. Keep going. It's just old. It's just not fresh anymore.
Well, no, it's not fresh at all.
I believe it also belongs on the top 10, but it's not better than the curb stomp.
Okay. What about the Claymore? That's coming in number 3.
That can just fall right down the list.
I don't like the Claymore
hate
at
it.
all. I think it's dumb.
It's a shitty version of Daniel Bryan's running knee.
It is.
Yeah, it's a shitty Shining Wizard because the man can't throw a Shining Wizard, so you just...
Just like he falls backwards while he runs forward.
The whole story, did you ever hear the story about how it was created?
Nope.
He went to throw a big boot once, and his pants were too tight, so he tripped himself, and that's how that move was made. So fuck that move. It was literally because he wore tight leather pants on when he was in the 3-man band.
So it was like a mistake.
It was a mistake, yes.
Yeah. Oh. All these wrestlers try their entire lives to find a good finisher that's going to pop the crowd, and he's like, well, I fucked this up. Let's call it a Claymore and go from there.
Yeah.
Nope. Hate it.
Off the list.
On to a move that I actually really like, the Canadian Destroyer.
I do like it. Belongs on the list.
I do too.
I don't know if it's number 4 or not, but belongs on the list.
I love it when Dustin does it. I love the Canadian Destroyer.
When Dustin does it, he does do.
He does.
His is more of a code red usually.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Canadian Destroyer from Penta.
Penta does it.
Penta does really well.
Penta did it off a ladder through a table.
Yes.
On it. Matt Jackson.
Penta wins.
Penta fucks.
How about the F5?
Yeah, that belongs up there. That's
Yeah.
devastating, and a bunch of people do different variations of it, ripping it off in other promotions.
Well, I like Wardlow's.
Yeah, he calls it the F10. He doesn't even call it anything different. He just doubles it.
He's like,
because he spins the guy an extra
which
time
is
in
kind
the
of
air.
cool.
It is very impressive.
It shows off a lot of strength.
And he's from Pittsburgh, so I'm not going to talk too much shit.
Won't talk too much shit at all.
We're already in trouble with Pittsburgh wrestlers.
We are.
Love you, Lady Frost.
Yeah, don't be mad at us. I'm sorry. I tweeted. I tweeted. It was in the moment.
Sorry we liked Keith Lee. But now I don't even know who that is because I'm not allowed to say his name.
Yeah, who?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm scared. She's chilly. And her husband's ripped as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm
not fucking with either of them.
I don't want any
both
part
beat me
of
up.
it. Was it Pretty Proper? They'll just come and just kick our fucking heads in. I'm sorry, okay? The coup de grace, and it's most notably
Is their team called the Frosted Flakes? That would be awesome.
It should be. Can we be a Frosted Flakes?
They're great.
They are great.
Sorry.
So from your man Finn Balor, it's the coup de grace coming in at number 6.
It's an okay move. It's not his best move though.
No, it's
the
not.
1916 is way better.
It is.
Yeah.
And you know who did the coup de grace better than him?
No.
Tajiri.
Okay.
Tajiri.
I thought you were going to say Alberto Del Rio when he did it off the corner, which was so stupid.
Terrible. No,
Yeah.
Tajiri did it, and he did it like, because Tajiri had that like smirk on his face, like I'm gonna fuck you up.
Right.
And he like hit it and go, ha, ha, ha. Like that's why I liked it more.
Oh, he was such a little
He's a little asshole,
creepy dude. Yeah, he was like sneaking around.
He just wrestled again. He has a title now.
Yeah, he won a title.
GCW?
MLW? GCW? One of the two.
MLW.
I think it's MLW.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked great, man. I watched that match on YouTube. He looked really
Yeah,
good.
I mean, he's got to be in his 50s. He looks
easily
really good.
Yeah. He has the elixir of youth, or whatever the hell you want to call it. How about a Stormbreaker coming at number 7?
Is that what Tony Storm hits to finish the
No,
match?
I think Man, I want to say the Stormbreaker is kind of the Trouble in Paradise.
I meant to look that up, and I have no idea.
I don't know what it is either.
So no, I don't know what it is. So no, it doesn't belong there.
So while Adam Googles that one, I'm going to go on to the next one here, The End of Days, which is usually meant for Baron Corbin.
Is that Happy Corbin's move?
Yeah, it's Happy Corbin.
I do like that move.
Yeah, I do like it too. When he hits it nice and smooth,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell you what, man, I give him a lot of shit because his characters are usually sucky, but he's actually really good in the ring. When you watch his matches, he's pretty smooth, especially when he hits his End of Days. He does it in a way too that it makes it kind of feel like it came out of nowhere as well, which is nice. But it takes a lot of setup. It takes a lot of effort to get it. So I don't know if the End of Days can be up on this list as high as they're putting it, because I think like if you want to do something, and I guess too, I'm saying the Canadian Destroyer is really good, but it takes a lot of setup too, because you're kind of doing like a sunset flip into a sit down power bomb, so that's different.
Stormbreaker sucks. It shouldn't be on the list.
Confirmed.
It's like a double arm, double underhook.
Yeah.
Up onto the shoulder. Then they like power bomb lift him up onto the shoulder, and then like flap jack him off to the side. On
Lame.
The face. It's
lame. Off the fucking list.
It's not very smooth.
How about the next one here? It's gonna get your boner fucking the buckshot lariat. I can see your boner from here.
I like that move, but I don't think it's his best move either.
It's not.
I like his
the Deadeye.
The Deadeye, yeah.
Deadeye's such a good move. Also, too, another move that takes way too much setup.
Yes.
It's cool because it's simplistic in its finish. Because a lariat's a lariat, you know.
Right.
But having to down your opponent, then you run to the nearest ring rope, and you have to make sure you have enough space between the rope and your opponent to do a front flip into a lariat. It's too much for me.
Yeah, and if you have an inexperienced opponent and they're out of place, it looks like shit.
Yeah, look at you, Ricky Starks. You sold that thing like shit.
I believe it was him. It was either him or Big Hoss, whatever his name is.
Ooh, Hobbs? Was it Hobbs?
Sorry,
yeah.
Powerhouse Hoss.
Big Hoss is close. Powerhouse Hoss.
Dude, that's a pretty good name.
That's a pretty good.
You know what? I hope we can see Keith Lee fight him. Fantasy booking.
Oh, we can make Keith Lee Big Hoss.
No, Big Hoss versus Powerhouse Hoss.
Yeah.
There you go.
So another move here that it's the only submission I've seen, the lockjaw from Britt Baker.
No, I don't think any submission belongs on the list.
I don't think so either. Cattle mutilation's pretty sick.
They're all real sick, but
Yeah.
there's so many power moves that I like better. It's
Absolutely.
sick. So what would you add to the list?
Add? Well, God, man. I tell you what I actually really like as a finisher, and you might it takes two guys, but I like the Young Bucks, the BTE trigger, because I think it looks really violent.
I think it looks pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, and I hate the gentleman, but
Yeah.
I'm surprised the 1 Week in Age wasn't on here.
I know. Well, I think what happens here is that people that are doing this list, they look at it and they go, that's too much setup, and then they pick moves that have too much setup.
Why isn't the spear on here? 50 people use it.
It hurts necks, Adam. It hurts necks. You can't do that. But I don't know, man. And then the last one they put on here for funsies was the roll up.
Should be number one. It's probably gotten the most wins in WWE in the past decade.
Absolutely. And FTR just used it on the AAA imports. Was it Kalisto was on that one?
Kalisto, yeah. Now, what was his name? Samurai De Soul.
And he pissed off everybody by spelling John Huber's name wrong.
Well, happens.
Yeah. He put an H in there instead of just leaving it out, and everyone lost their fucking minds.
Well,
John's a ubiquitous name, and I didn't, honestly, look me in my eyes when I say this. I didn't know you could spell without an H.
oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
John Davis, baby.
Yeah, that's why I still didn't know it.
And whoever he was there with, was a botch fest on AEW.
Yeah, man.
I know that guy's good in AAA and wherever else he's been, but he looked off. Aerostar, that was his name.
Yeah, he might have been nervous.
Which is an old Ford minivan. My parents had an Aerostar.
My mom had one too.
Yeah.
I think he might have been nervous.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you are wrestling one of the best tag teams in the world. I mean, FTR is up there.
That was a fast-paced match.
It really
That
was,
crazy.
especially for FTR. But it kind of played into their style, and they kind of fast tagged a little bit there, and they kind of downed the high flyers, which was good.
Yeah. No flips, just fists.
No flips, just fist, baby. So you know what else we're gonna do right now, Adam?
Probably break for ads.
We're gonna break for ads. So we have people that support us, and when you support them, you support us. And when you support us, we bring you some really cool stuff. So we are going to throw in some ads, and if you like what you hear, please check them out, and we are going to see you on the other side. Welcome back. Hopefully you heard something that you like, because again, if you do, you can go visit them, and they support us, and when you support us, we bring you some pretty cool stuff. We do have some cool things in the works, and I want to make sure that we bring them to you. So again, continue to support us by supporting our sponsors. So Adam, last episode, we had the wonderful Jim Simmons, also known as Bobby Nacho, in the Jojitorium, where we played a little zombie trivia Halloween extravaganza showdown.
We sure did. And I see you wore a different costume this week.
I didn't wear a costume.
Yeah. You're looking like Ichabod Crane's lame-ass brother that kept his head. You literally look like you're just right out of
What?
Sleepy Hollow, dude.
Why?
Do you have buckles on your shoes? Because you should.
I do.
Do you really?
I do. Why are you making fun of this? Is what I wear to work.
Ichabod lame.
Oh, I have to wear a certain outfit to work. I have to look at least business casual.
So you get made fun of by your clients? And
Absolutely
your coworkers?
not. I am, as Ric Flair would say, styling and profiling.
Yeah. Whatever.
You don't think?
No, I think you look like
What?
nothing.
What?
You look fine. You look great.
Yeah, that's why I thought.
Great.
You looked me in the eye and you saw the fear. That's what it was. That's what it was.
You look like you're in the Yacht Rock fan club.
Oh, fuck off. Quick break. We're coming back and got a fucking bone to pick with you.
What are you going to do? Roll me up?
Oh, we'll be right back. Welcome back. I took off my cardigan. Okay. Is this better for you?
Headless Horseman. Yeah, it's much sexier.
So, Adam, last episode,
See those arms.
we had Bobby Nacho in
We sure
the
did.
house.
He was great.
And we got to play some zombie trivia Halloween extravaganza showdown. And it got me a little curious, so I threw it out to all of our listeners on all of our social media. Would you survive in Zombieland? It's coming from all of our listeners on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And 71% of you guys were honest with yourselves and said there's no way you could survive Zombieland.
I was included in that. I voted on the Instagram.
Yeah, likewise, I voted on Instagram as well. And then 29% of you guys lied through your noses and said you could survive it at 29%. First and foremost, the number one rule of Zombieland is cardio.
I'm out.
Dead.
I'd hide behind Emma Stone until I died.
I would hide behind Emma Stone until she realized I was there, and then she would probably push me into the horde.
Well, that works. I just said till I died, so that works.
So you guys can vote too on our weekly polls by following us at DWTB on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And just so you know, the showdown questions are popping up on Tuesdays. So take a second and check them out. So we are in round two. Adam, you brought another banger of a beer. So we put that together. We got round two beers.
See how there's two claps? That means it's round two.
Yes.
Yeah, so for round two, we have Adroit Theory's Regime. Oh, I'll punch the mic first, and then I'll click it.
This beer's so good that Adam's assaulting his microphone.
Yeah, also, we had a 9.5% in the first round, and this is a 10.
Yes.
So we'll be spilling beers at cookie table tomorrow.
So this beer is a, what'd you call this one?
It's a triple IPA. Regime is the name of it. It's a triple IPA from Adroit Theory out of Purcellville, Virginia, the outskirts, the far, far outskirts of Washington, D.C. A big, big banger. It is a triple IPA with a pillowy body and silky texture, and you should get some freshness of some orange peel in there. And a little bit of bitterness. And it was dry hopped. I saw it on the can here somewhere. Dry hopped with Mosaic and Citra.
I can tell you right now, have my first sip, and that citrus flavor really shines at the beginning. I really enjoy that. Again, I think you're giving me more tricks and treats because this does not taste like a 10%.
See, I was going to say the opposite. Where Abjurations was not boozy, I am tasting the booze in this one.
I don't have a lot of booze in this one. Maybe I have COVID.
That's great for me.
Yeah, you want to make out? I don't taste any booziness in this. Or maybe it's because I took a little sip just to get a flavor. Let me go back for a second one.
Yeah, I swigged it. But yeah, Adroit Theory is a great brewery. This one brought to us by Tavor.
Yeah. And if you want to get 15% off your order of... No, I'm joking. We don't have a Tavor sponsor. But you could sponsor us, Tavor. We drink a lot of your shit.
Decaying with Tavor.
So while we sip on this incredible brew from Adroit, we are going to get into something here, Adam, because much like we just heard, before I take a little mini break because you're a dick.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing out that you looked like Ichabod Crane.
Yeah. Well, was he fuckable too?
From somebody. I don't
Yeah.
know. He had a big nose. You know what they say if you have a big nose, right?
I don't know. Firm butthole? I don't...
What?
What? What are you supposed to say to that?
You gotta wear a big mask, that's all.
So, as you could tell, normally we are debating back and forth about stuff we argue about when these mics are not on.
Doesn't have to go to buttholes.
What do you mean? Why does it go? It always goes to buttholes.
That's where all my beer goes.
So, actually, sometimes too, we get a little heated with each other. But I do know it gets the people going. So, Adam, I challenge you to try and kill me with your movie knowledge.
Please explain.
We each get 4 opportunities to kill each other by placing one another in movies that we love and know from front to back. We aren't limited to just horror movies, so if you think you can kill me with Talladega Nights, you can try. Just know that we can debate our way out of these things, so you better bring some of that Tom Cruise witchcraft with you.
Gotcha, buddy.
So the way this is going to work, much like our Mount Rushmores, we can go back and forth on this, but you could die multiple times. You have unlimited lives here, but if we can defeat the other person, you get a point if you can debate your way out of death. So, Adam, I believe I went first last time we had a great debate, so I'm going to let you go first in this one.
Damn. Well, since we were talking zombies last week, I watched some zombie movies while I was brewing last weekend, and one of my favorites popped up, Return of the Living Dead. So I'm putting you in there with all those punks in Return of the Living Dead, getting naked in the graveyard.
Okay.
Because I think those were some of the most indestructible zombies in a movie. Plus, I believe it was the movie that established that zombies eat brains. So you got to protect that brain bucket.
Okay. So, I love this movie, by the way. And it did because it had the decomposition zombie in the basement where the big reveal with the brains.
Yeah. And the first one, the very first one they found that was like neon green, and they axe picked him to the ground and he still didn't die. Because they were like, it was one of the first movies that I saw, and maybe one of the first ones that was kind of like a meta movie.
Yeah.
Because it did a lot of references to Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And and the whole George A. Romero series. So like, I saw this in a movie once. You just got to kill the brain. But then that didn't work.
It didn't work because the little kid at the end too is like, you told, and now you die like me. Scary fucking moment as a kid, by the way, when I was watching that movie. But let me just say that I survived this movie because I'm just not going to stay there. The zombies, like, even when they use the squawk box to call more, like, send more people. I'm sorry, man, but I went to school for a little bit. As soon as I hear the creepy voice on the other side of the squawk box, I'm not fucking going there.
They need help.
They need help, and they're not getting it from me. I'm not going there. And because it was isolated in that town, because if you remember at the end of the movie, they got nuked. So
that's when you did.
No, I'm out.
No, the zombie got you.
I'm gone.
You're going to leave the party in the graveyard? You're not leaving that chick in the graveyard.
I'm not going to leave the chick in the graveyard, but as soon as I see the first dude get his head bit open by the green...
That's you, though.
That's not me.
Yeah, you're the tough guy.
No way.
You're the tough guy.
You made fun of what I was wearing for fucking 20 minutes off of the microphone. I am not the tough guy, clearly. I'm the guy who's kind of hanging behind going,
Yeah, but they didn't have anybody with elbow pads in the movie.
Well, if you look at my cardigan today, sir, I don't have elbow pads. So, I believe I survived this one only because I can not fall prey to the call outs, and I'll be smart enough to know when it's popping off that I'm just going to leave and get in my car and go. I'll cut tail and run.
All right. I'll do better on my second one.
Good. You better. Because my first one, I'm fucking murdering you. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, let me see it.
I'm putting you in The Running Man.
Oh, I'd be awesome at that. I love to drive fast.
The Running Man?
Yeah.
You don't drive.
Yeah, the one guy had a car, the villain.
The villain had a car.
Tube, yeah.
He had a car.
That's who I'm going to be. I want to be him.
You can't be him.
I have to be Arnold?
You have to be one of the contestants. Like,
Yeah, I'd win.
How?
Brains. I don't know the movie very well.
Yeah. So I'll help you. So
I've watched it, but it's been years.
So normally convicted felons get put on this like glorified violence show, and they get sent into like kind of like a landscape where they have to face off against multiple like meta villains. Like there's a guy who's like a hockey player, but he has like a bladed hockey stick, or there's like a guy who has electric abilities that like
that was
fry
a
you.
fat guy, right?
Yeah, the
I
opera
remember
singer. So all these different
I'd
guys.
kill him. I'd just throw water on him.
I think we both would.
Yeah.
But I think there's some in there that you wouldn't survive. Like the guy who sets people on fire.
I sunburn real easy, so I wouldn't do well with fire.
That's why I think I'd kill you with my first round pick.
But I have a clean record. I would never be a prisoner that would get thrown into that.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was framed.
I'd never be dumb enough to be framed. I'm a goddamn American.
He wasn't dumb either. Don't look at me like that.
He's not dumb?
Well, outside of the movie, he's dumb. But in the movie, he's not. I'm just saying he was a normal-ass citizen just getting into a...
If I ended up in there,
I
guess I'd be dead. But that's the same as saying you'd end up in the zombie...
Yeah, but if you're
the kid working and it exploded on you, the gas, and you die.
You know what? If you went with that, I probably would have agreed with you.
Yeah, I should have.
But you didn't. So I kill you with Running Man, right? You agreeing with that?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yep, you're dead.
I don't think I'm going to be good at defending myself. I don't think highly of myself.
You have to stick up for yourself today, Adam. You have to. What's your second round pick?
It's kind of funny because I have an Arnold Schwarzenegger one on my
list.
And I don't think it's one you can escape. I was going to say one of my favorite movies, which is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Oh, Jesus.
But I think you'd figure out how to get out of that.
I think I would survive
I'm going
that one.
with another Arnie classic, Predator. And you're there. You're the jungle. You're right next to Jesse Ventura.
Oh, dude. That's sick.
And Apollo Creed. I don't know his real name.
I don't know his name either, so we'll just go with Apollo
Fucking
Creed.
jacked in that movie.
Dude, they're all jacked. That's just like steroid incarnate. I'm actually just preemptively writing dead on this thing because I know I'm going to die. But I want to say I'm going to go out like a fucking champ because I'm definitely going to use Jesse Ventura's Gatling gun. I don't care if I die.
You just want to shoot that thing.
I want to shoot that thing. Dude, he like mowed down half a forest.
I could see you taking control of that and accidentally shooting down the copter that's coming to save
Oh,
you.
yeah. It's like, there it is. There it goes. You know what would happen, though? And I'm already saying I'm dead. I know I would die in that movie. But my dumb luck would be I'd rear up with that thing and unload like a gajillion rounds in 2 seconds and actually hit the predator and kill it. Because I'm dumb luck. I'm dumb luck
But then
incarnate.
you'd still end up dead.
I'd like trip and fall and like
Off a cliff.
or like trip and fall into a spider's nest, like a spider's web, and just get bit by like some like Sri Lankan something or other. Like, yeah, I'm gonna die. The jungle is no place for a fat.
You're dying in the rest of mine, by the way.
No fucking way.
I'm calling
no
you out.
fucking way. I am placing you in one of my favorite movies, Adam. One of my favorite movies, and I hope that you can survive. I'm putting you in the movie Heathers.
God damn it. I don't know. I mean, I watched it once. Lori made me watch it, and I liked it.
Yeah, it's just dark as shit. Everyone gets got. You're just going to fucking die. Everyone plots against each other, and it's just kids in suburbia.
I was going to say, does that take place in high school?
It does.
I might be able to get out of it.
How?
I didn't have any friends in high school. So I'd just be at home. Like, I don't know. There were like parties and dances and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing my computer games at home. Like,
holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Your self-isolation saved you.
yeah, I'm going to survive
I can't
that.
think of... This is ridiculous.
Because it was all social people that died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not social. I was not social in high school.
I can't believe
At all.
this. Your ability to stay at home and play PlayStation just saved you from an untimely death.
The fact that I didn't drink before I was 21.
That movie was...
Nice try, though.
Thank you. That movie was brutal as shit. People died in very creative ways in that movie.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I did like it because
Yeah.
she was throwing it on, and I was like, oh, this is like a chick flick. She's like, no, it's
No,
brutal.
it's not.
I was like, oh, so it's like Jawbreaker? And she's like, yeah, but better.
It was on Shudder.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it
It's
was
a
on
really
Shudder
good
for a
movie.
hot second. All right, man. So what do you got for number 3?
All right. I got you. And I'm kind of being nice to you with this one.
Okay.
Because you're going to have a lot of fun.
Showgirls.
You're going to have a lot of fun. Close. Very close.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have a lot of fun before you die.
Okay.
It follows.
Oh, yeah. I'm
'Cause
dead as fuck.
At least you're getting laid.
I'm getting laid.
But then you're going to die.
No. how do I die? How do I die?
You're gonna
well, what's so let's
you're gonna fuck somebody and then they're gonna
hear me
kill
out. Hear me out. Hear me out. So it's all about how you have to sleep with somebody, right?
Correct.
And you give them the thing, and then it follows them until they either die or they give it to somebody else, right?
Right.
So what if one night, just hear me out, I get a big handful of blue chews, and I go down to the red light district here in
Pittsburgh.
Here in Pittsburgh.
Where's that at? You're just literally talking about red lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're just down
Dick,
on Butler Street.
Who wants dick? Just trying it out. Craigslist is still a thing, right? Whatever. I would try to find a spot where I can just like throw hammers. I'll go broke. Knowing that I could die. Handful of blue chews, money in my pocket, and I'm going to go get a bunch of prostitutes. And then I'm going to...
So you're going to try to pass it.
I'm going to try to pass it as long as I can. Also, too, I read somewhere where, like, if you could, like, pass it so many times and then just keep traveling to the other side of the world each time, like, every 6 months, it would find me. But I think I can outpace it. And that's me saying a lot as a fat man. I
don't think so. Rule number 1 is cardio, and you said you couldn't survive that.
I'm getting on a plane.
It doesn't matter. Those things, they can just swim across the ocean.
Yeah, but it takes them forever.
Yeah, maybe. No, you're dead, dude. You know you're dead.
I think I survive. It follows. I have 2 really good plans. I sow my seed as much as I possibly can and give everybody else the cancer or whatever the hell that thing is, and then I jump on a plane.
It's really hard to fly right now, COVID protocols and all.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you're dead.
Have you watched Instagram?
Fucking dead. That was a creative movie. You're dead. I'm at least getting you laid.
I gave you Predator. I'm not giving you It Follows. I can throw dick all over the place. And
Can I switch my movie then? No. Yeah, can I switch my movie?
From this one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. And you're Harry or Marv.
I'm so fucking dead.
There. Good. Fuck It Follows. You don't get laid. You get fucked by Kevin McAllister.
Oh my God. Home Alone 2. Do I die from the pigeon lady? Does she fuck me up?
No, I would really like you to be Marv, and when you get, like, right from the beginning, when you get bricked in the head, you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
want you to take a brick to the face.
Home Alone 2, and it only lasts like 15 minutes. It's like, oh, there's Marv. Oh, he's
No,
dead.
Joe Pesci still goes on.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
He gets his own spin-off and all that fun shit. He gets to have a great fucking time.
Fuck It Follows. Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. I'm done using horror movies.
Yeah, they're saying, man, because that's the problem. Unless you make it global, like I'm about to do, you don't survive.
You wait till you hear my 4th one.
You
There's
took-
no way you're surviving.
You took a shot at using, Return of the Living Dead, which is good. I'm using 28 Days Later, and I'm putting you in there.
I don't live in Europe. I'm fine.
I'm putting you in there.
I don't like to fly.
I'm putting you in there.
You can't just drop me in another country.
Running Man isn't a real place, and I put you in that. You're going to the movie. You're going to be in the movie. You are the lead character in the movie. That's you.
I'm dead. They're way too fast.
Yeah, man. Actually,
And there's way too many of them.
well,
There were no survivors in the movie.
yeah, there were.
No, didn't they all end up dying in that movie?
No. It depends on which version of it you watched. So, like, if you watch the original one, I made you the lead character because in the original cut, he definitely dies at the end, and you don't know.
Right.
But in the director's cut, it actually cuts to him being alive in some, like, farmhouse, I think, like, Scottish farmhouse, and all the zombies are, like, drying out.
Can I be completely honest? I'd rather be dead than hiding out in a Scottish farmhouse by myself.
I can't say that I wouldn't disagree with you, sir, because there's no fucking way I'm going to hide somewhere where they make sweaters out of tears.
Nope. And they eat lamb stomach.
Pass. Shawarma can kiss my ass. So, Adam, you have to kill me.
Yep. I'm definitely killing you in the 4th one.
What's that, Beetlejuice?
Do you swim well? Can you swim?
I can swim.
Can you? Do you like Celine Dion?
No.
Oh, the Titanic, baby!
Nobody lives.
Nope. Well, the old lady.
Yeah, that old bitch.
Yeah.
Who threw like $1 million diamond into this.
Yeah, get yourself out of that.
I'm not.
Should have been my number 1 pick, but I was just saving the best for last.
I can't believe.
You're on the
Oh, my
Titanic.
God. There's something about what you've just done to me that feels sacrilegious because I'm going to die in a Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Near, far. Well, you don't have to, because you could just be Leo. You could just take his place. Then you're not in his movie.
I get laid.
You could, yeah.
I
Pay me
get
like
laid.
the French girls, yeah.
Yeah. That means I can draw too?
Yeah, sure.
I can draw and, I can bang.
For like 3 days, and then you're dead.
Yeah, but what's that chick's name that I get to bang? What's her name? Rose is like her
Roses.
whatever. She's hot. I mean, and honestly, what I could do is I could fool myself and like steal her necklace and be like, yeah, bitch, gank. And then like, take her shit and be like, yeah, I drew you so I can jerk off that later, and I banged you, and then I took your jewelry, and then, oh shit, is that an iceberg? And then I die. And I'm dead.
Can I dream for your death? I want you to be the guy that tinks off the propeller.
Oh! You're a horrible person. I'm going to give you dead on that one, but I'm also going to say that I'm going to have an absolute blast dying in that movie.
I hope so.
I really believe that I will.
You're going to be really cold.
Yes. So I am going to hit you with a curveball. I think you'll enjoy this one. I'm going to go with Leprechaun in Space.
I don't know that fucking movie at all. I didn't even know that was a movie.
It is. In the legacy of Leprechaun, somehow he makes his way onto... Oh, fuck it then. Jason X then. I'll switch it. Jason X.
Yeah, at least give me like...
Yes, I'll give you something you can play with.
Because I feel like I could kick that midget out the porthole.
Nope, I don't know, man. He's magical.
No, he's not.
You made fun of buckles on shoes, and I'm pissed about it. That's why I picked that fucking movie. But I'll switch it around, and I'll say Jason X. One of the most polarizing of the canon. Some people loved it, which I loved it because it was stupid and campy. And there's some people that really hate it. But you cannot deny that everybody fucking died in that movie. Everybody died.
Yeah, even the android chick died.
What was that? Well, she was on Boy Meets World. She died.
Yeah.
Yeah, before she did porn.
R2 Deep Throat.
That's a girl how my dick tastes. So, I believe in Jason X. You die, but you die in
because like even if I escape, like I'm dead
it's a
in
vacuum
space.
of space. Yeah. So, I feel
fucked me like I fucked you in the Titanic there.
You did. Well, what's worse? Do you think dying in space or dying in freezing water?
Freezing water. I think would take longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like hanging on that door, like, oh.
It's like, bitch, there's enough room for two of
us.
Where'd
that drawing go?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, I think, too, if you look at it, the hard part is, imagining what it's like to die.
Feet, because it'd be ice.
Oh, man. You ever have like really cold feet? And it just
sucks.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah. And then think about that like times 100. Yeah.
Because not only would it be your really cold feet, your really cold dick in the waters, it's there too.
Well, Adam,
your ass is frozen. I mean, I don't think I'm surviving any of these movies except
you did.
Which one did I survived? One.
You survived Heather's.
Easy, yeah, because I'm antisocial.
You're antisocial. So, Adam, you know what that means? You win.
No. I thought you survived more.
No. I'm sorry, because I wrote Return of the Living Dead, and I put dead after it to remind myself, but it's actually the name of it. So we actually tied.
We tied. We each survived
we died.
One movie.
So that means, do you have an extra one that you want to throw out here to see if you can take me down?
Oh, Home Alone was my really strong.
Home Alone was a good one.
I mean, again, going with water.
Yeah.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be dead.
I'd definitely die. Die in that one.
And The Thing, because nobody survived.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So if you got The Thing on yours, let me think here.
I mean, it doesn't say that everybody died in The Thing, but you can. It's pretty.
It's pretty much implied. Yeah. God, you know what? That's such a good one. I'm not even going to try to bring up a fifth one. You win. You've killed me.
You didn't have anything else? I want to see if I can survive anything else.
Well, let me think here. I had some other movies lined up. God, dipping back into my brain here. I was going to put you in Terrifier.
Oh, because you wanted to see me get cut from butthole to face.
Yeah, or
I almost put you in that situation.
I wanted to see him take off like your upper chest and wear it because that'd be
cool.
That'd be sick as fuck.
I need to get some tattoos first.
I also wanted to see you in Hatchet because everybody fucking
I
dies in
might
Hatchet.
survive that. I mean, if you throw me like the thing with Hatchet,
Yeah,
I get if I end up back in the bayou, but it's Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah,
I'm blacked out in the hotel room. At best,
Yeah.
in my best form, I'm eating jambalaya. Like I'm not going. I'm eating.
It's like you're drinking grenades.
There's
you're eating
beignets.
jambalaya.
There's yeah.
Why would you go
There's
anywhere
jambalaya.
else? Yeah,
I'm
Jesus
not.
Christ.
I'm not touching a fan boat.
Yeah. I had one in my brain too that was gonna work out really well for you. And never mind. Can't think of it. You win. Great job here.
Cool.
You've murdered me successfully.
Can I bring up some? Well, it's not really horror movie news. It's
Yeah.
horror related news,
Okay.
especially for you.
Sure.
Did you see the new Scream cereal that's in the works?
Yes.
Strawberries and Scream, and it turns your milk blood red.
I can't wait for all this Scream stuff to come out
I
because
think I saw that on Bloody Disgusting today.
it's my favorite horror franchise. I think we've said that before, but it's
Yeah.
my favorite.
That's why I
one.
brought it up.
Thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate that, buddy. So, Adam, we have some listener questions, comments, and what ifs, and I think you got one sent to you before we started here. One of our listeners who is constantly watching what we were doing, and she knew that we were going to be recording today. She sent us a message where she asked if I'm going to a bar and all the draft is available to be either in a can or a bottle to go, which one would I pick and why?
Oh, I misread it.
Okay.
Glad you read it, because I read it as you can either get it in a draft, bottle, or a can for there. If it's to go, bottle, or can, I am a can man.
Let me double read this while you're giving.
No, but I like that better because it's foregone conclusion draft in that case.
Oh, yeah.
So I like it better being between bottle and can, and I'm a can guy for maybe just one reason. Well, two reasons. Because if I drop it, it won't break, and two, a can in a cooler is stackable. So I like packing cans up in a cooler better than bottles.
I do too. I'm definitely down for cans more than anything. I also think too, like you said, and I can't pull it up. My phone's not paying attention to me, much like everyone else in my life. So
Between those three options, though, I'd rather just drink a draft there. Yeah.
it's always draft. Yeah. If you have an option for a draft, everything tastes better in draft. The carbonation's higher. The smoothness is higher.
Even if I'm drinking it at the bar, though,
Yeah.
there's something about a bottle while you're just like bellied up to a bar watching a hockey game that I like a good bottle.
I would say this too. It depends on the kind of beer. Because I'll say this: if you have a stout and you get it to like that nice 35 to 40 degree, the flavor notes that come out of it are a little stronger.
Right.
And you do that really well with a can because you can kind of like do the whole like hand roll thing and get it a little warmed up before you drink it. So, but again, draft for me. But stouts, I go can. I like can stouts. Kind of brings out all the flavor that can get hidden when things are cold.
Yeah, I think when I was thinking bottle, I was thinking like an Icy Light.
Oh
Yingling.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
Adam,
Yingling in a can's weird.
Yingling in a can is weird. It tastes like shit.
Yeah. I mean, it sometimes tastes like shit in bottle, too.
It tastes like shit in draft sometimes too.
Sometimes.
And that's
Quality control, y'all.
oldest brewery in Pennsylvania and the worst quality control you can get.
Just keep touting that you're the oldest.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. That's how you sell beers. Adam, I have to ask you, is it too early to start Christmas?
I mean, coming from me, yes. It's always too early to start Christmas.
When is it appropriate to start Christmas?
December 26th. Fucking hate Christmas.
I do too. I'm not a fan of Christmas. I've never been a fan of Christmas. I feel like the whole world skips over everything else and gets right to it.
Thanksgiving gets completely fucked over.
Yeah. Thanksgiving gets a bad
Which is my
rap.
I like that better. I like Thanksgiving better.
Rank your holidays. What's your top 3?
Halloween, Memorial Day, Labor Day, probably.
Yeah.
Because big barbecue days, I really like that. 4th of July is up there, too.
I was going to go Halloween, 4th of July, and I was going to say Thanksgiving only because everyone's intimidated by cooking for that day. I'm not. I think it's like a bunch of set it and forget it.
I like it too, but it's not my favorite kind of food. Oh, I got one.
Okay.
Because of my favorite kind of food.
Yeah.
So I'll go Halloween, 4th of July, Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yeah. Count it, doubles. Double that up, and that's my list too. Nothing hits better than going to a place that has like $1 tacos and like $3 margs.
So I'll throw 4th of July because I still like America.
Yeah. But Cinco de Mayo.
It's getting harder and harder to say that.
But. So, Adam, we have been doing this now for, we're approaching a year.
Burritos and margs.
That sounds so good right now. And we're getting paid in sound effects. So, Adam, we've been doing this for almost a year. You know, we're approaching it. It'll be here before we know it. And someone wanted to know what's the best or our favorite piece of podcasting advice we've received so far. So, has anyone talked to you about what we do here?
Yeah, let Matt talk more is what I've been told.
No.
No, I haven't really.
I've heard talk less.
I haven't heard anything yet.
No.
I've just heard like suggestions on like what
Yeah.
they want featured on some of our segments, like Mount Rushmore and stuff like that, but not. No, I don't know. I think we have a pretty good social media presence. I think that's important. And I don't write the script, you do, so I'm pretty chill. I just come with the funnies a little bit, and that's about it.
I don't know, man. You help pitch ideas, and you help me edit, and you know.
I'm becoming a pretty good producer.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm taking a break. Adam's going to produce the whole next episode.
Hell no.
Adam Bashline, editor, producer, writer. It'll be a good episode.
I do like that. I like how that rolls off your tongue, but I don't like the work that comes along with it.
So, speaking of the word that comes with it, when I was talking to some people on Twitter who talked to me and gave me advice, they said number one thing is not to get frustrated. That was the biggest thing. Some episodes are going to hit, some are not. And it happens to everybody, even like big podcasts that have like 7-figure downloads and shit like that.
Yeah, because you brought that to my attention at some point. Because you were like,
Yeah.
oh, I think it was like back early September. You were like, oh, we only got this many listens.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fine. And you're like, well, do you even want to keep doing this anymore? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I just do it for fun. I don't care if anybody listens.
Yeah. And
I mean, I love that you all listen. Keep listening.
yeah, keep
but
listening, please.
I will do it even if you guys skip a couple weeks. I'll still keep doing this.
Yeah. And that was the thing that kind of freaked me out because it's like, I think I've said it before too. It's putting my baby out there and someone else holding it and going, I don't want this anymore. And they just drop my baby on the floor.
I don't want to do this anymore.
I got too much shit on me.
Yeah, I mean, and this is like I'm not saying I'm not passionate about this, but like this is your baby, as akin to the beer Bash Brew's my baby.
Yeah.
And if we did no festivals, never won shit, nobody wanted my beer, I'd still brew.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just that all of that is a really, really, really big and nice bonus.
Yeah.
But if it's your passion, it's your passion, and you're just gonna keep doing it.
And that's kind of where it was. Is like if you love it, keep doing it, and it'll eventually work. And we've gotten great reviews.
Because if you care about it, you'll nature it and grow it.
Yeah.
And there's maybe better ways to tweak what we're doing. So advice is always welcome.
Oh, absolutely.
I just think when it comes to this podcast, people would be more likely to reach out to you with advice than me. But yeah, I mean,
Except for Matt talks less.
no. They said Matt talks more.
Oh.
Me talk less.
Why? You need to talk more.
I talk a lot.
You do? I think it's an equal share of talking.
I get myself in trouble when I talk.
So, Adam, speaking of reviews, we got one, and it's coming from another podcast that we love, the B-Watch Rewatch, and it's they said, I love the chemistry the hosts have. I feel like I am hanging with them when they talk. I also only trust a friend who will give me beer suggestions. So I really appreciate that. I've been listening to B-Watch Rewatch for quite a while now, and I really like them. So for them to take the time to listen to us and give us a 5-star review and a nice
Oh, awesome.
it was great.
Yeah, I love their podcast.
Yeah, it's a great show. And right now they're actually going back and they just covered Troll 2, and it was hilarious. Really killing it. And if you want to give us a rating, by all means, go to Apple Podcasts and search us out. We're there, or on Podchaser, or on Good Pods HQ. We're on all those things. Leave a 5-star review, and then or 5-star rating and a review, and we'll probably read them on the episodes. Yeah,
for sure. We'll take time out every episode to read new ones.
Yeah,
if it's a 5-star and a nice glowing review of us,
because we love you guys. We don't get to do this without you guys. And also too, even though Adam was talking about he would do it even if people weren't drinking it, people do drink it.
Yeah.
So Adam, can you tell people what's on tap and where can you find us?
It's stout season, and we're getting kicked off Saturday. If you're listening to this, it was yesterday at Drink the Cookie Table. But on tap here in the Jojitorium, we have whatever's left. So we have Shat-Faced, our pumpkin roll imperial stout, coming in at 8.1% this year. It's delicious. I snuck one little sipper to make sure it was carbonated and tastes right, and the rest of it's going to the fest. And whatever's left over will be here before and maybe not after our full gear watch party. Also, we have a lemon bar wheat ale, which is called Darling, I'm a Nightmare Dressed as a Daydream, a playoff with Taylor Swift and Freddy Krueger. That will be on whatever's left from the cookie table. There's a bit more of that. So that will definitely, I think we'll have a little bit of that left. And then we're working on our newest version of Dark Roots is in the fermenter right now. So that will also be hitting the taps by our next episode.
Wonderful.
So not by the time you're listening to this, but a week from then. It'll be on that Saturday.
Can we feature it?
On here?
Yeah.
Next week? Might not be ready.
I love Dark Roots so much.
Might not be ready. But the week after, if there's any left, we can do it.
Hell yeah. So tune in, not next time, but the time after that, and we're going to drink it and tell you how good it is.
Yeah, I think we'll be talking it won't be ready yet. We'll feature it eventually.
We will.
Because Maddie loves it.
It's one of my favorites.
And that one, actually, I don't think I texted you about it. I was shooting for 5%, and we destroyed it. It's going to be like 5.8.
Yes. A little more teeth. Great
Yeah.
flavor profile. And if you want to know what's going on down here in the Brew Lab in the Jojitorium, all you have to do is follow Adam at @bash_brew on all social media. It's Facebook and Instagram. He claims he has a Twitter. We're going to make that more professional.
Can I throw a repeat out there from the beginning of the episode? Yeah. Also, Tortuga En Fuego at Penn Brewery. Go get it now. To back up all of their great German beer, other than our beer that's on tap, try it out. And they have a great food menu. So get out there and try it. Kick those kegs quick for me.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring me back.
Wouldn't that be cool? Be a reoccurring brewer. And if you want to get that beer and check it in, follow Adam on Untapped and also follow Penn Brewery on Untapped.
It is on Untapped. I don't know if it's under, I think it's, somebody set it up for me yesterday.
Wonderful.
I know Bash Brewing is our name on Untapped. I have yet to get it fixed. But if you don't see it under Bash Brewing, put it under, it might be under Penn. Just log it in when you have it. Yeah. Take a picture. Throw it up there on Untapped.
Yeah, take pictures, tag Adam, tag Decaying with the Boys.
If you tag Bash_brew on Instagram with a picture of you drinking a Penn Brew, I will share it on my story and give you a big thanks.
Hell yeah. And if you want to go the extra mile and tag both of us and you DM us your address, I'll send you a sticker.
Oh, I'll send you a sticker too.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a limited number of koozies. I'll send you a koozie.
We'll sticker you up, baby. And if you want to find what's going on with the boys down here in the Jojitorium, all you have to do is follow us at DWTB on all social media. It's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Do not forget to follow us on Podchaser, Good Pods HQ, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get this wonderful podcast that you guys have taken the time to listen to. So, on the other side of Halloween, where we are in the Jojitorium, to wherever you are listening to this podcast, until next time, cheers.
Evil dies tonight! Bah, 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 bah.